Hey, tubers and fellow toy train lovers. It's good to be back again. I had a accident and I slipped in the garage and landed on my tailbone on the concrete. And I had no idea that it was going to take me 6 weeks to get get to the point where I could actually sit down again. I was laying on my side in bed. I can laugh about it now, but oh my gosh, it hurt. And I'm not one for pain pills, so I didn't take any pain pills. But I rested and it healed, and I'm all better now. All better for an old man, but as good as I can be. I wanted to show you this set I just acquired. It's a Lionel post-war orbiter space diesel freight from 1962. I do believe they did make a reissue of this. This is not. You can see a little bit of paint missing from the bottom of the apron here on the Alco. Tell that it's old. I've got the paper clip here on the side, like I always have, to show that it has magnet traction. It has one axle magnet traction. But it still has magnet traction, runs quite well. Horn is just kind of buzzes, but that's about all you can expect with these. So I took the battery out of it, so won't have any battery damage. I don't think these new batteries leak as bad as the old Rayovacs we had in the old days, but Lionel told people to remove them and they never removed them. My father used to make sure I removed them from my Alcos. So we'll move this up. Yeah. I thought the paper clip was going to fall off. It went up against the axle itself. So that has far more magnetism. The wheel does. This is I would say, an absolutely beautiful Minneapolis and St. Louis 229 Alco A unit. And let me take a little further back. And very few scrapes and a little wear from the box. No cracks, no breaks in the apron. And this, I don't know if you can read it, it says the Peoria Gateway. It's a little more plain on the B unit. So what you've got in here is magnet traction, one axle only. You've got your lockout for your E unit, and you do have a very, very lousy horn. It's not worth messing with. Then they gave you a B unit, which is also 229, Minneapolis, St. Paul, in St. Louis. It also says the Peoria Gateway. No brakes on this shell. And here is our missile launching car, which is pretty neat. This is the missile, obviously. There is a little plastic satellite, and it's a soft plastic. And there's a reason for that. When you set this rocket on top of this launching pad and you launch it, there's a spring inside. This plunger would actually be about 3/4 of an inch higher. I've got it locked in the lower position so it'll make it underneath my mesas. And I had to do a little work on the, take this all apart and do a little work down there on the launching mechanism because it kept firing off and I was afraid it was going to go up and hit the mesas, particularly jam underneath it. And if it was towards the rear, I'd have a heck of a time getting it out. So normally it came in the box like this, locked in lower position. And normally it'd be up about this high. You set your rocket on top of it. And then, here's the surprise. I've got a rubber band around here. This is the crane car, I would call it. Let's see, I'm at a page where it explains what this is called, and I want to use the correct vernacular. And it is called this is called the Mercury launcher car, and Mercury capsule launching car. This is called the cherry picker car. And you got a little surprise here because the little astronaut will come out. And when you've got this rocket setting up on top of here, you can raise this and pretend that the little astronaut has gone inside. He's inside the space capsule now. And pretty clever, except the scale's a bit off. So he just sort of bounces around up there as the thing goes around the track. And sometimes he's out, sometimes he's in. There's no locking mechanism. And this is the Mercury Cape Canaveral what do they call these? Capsule carrying car. And this is a 6413. The other ones are not numbered. And you'll see a little wire up here. Those these together. There's a hole down here, and these fit down in the little hole. And there were like bungees, little tiny bungees that went around here, held it in place. I still have them, but they've stretched, unfortunately, and they're basically useless, but I'm still keeping them because they're part of the original set. And then we have the rocket fuel car. Liquid contents, hydrogen, super cooled. Danger, highly explosive. And capacity is 10,000 gallons. And this is a 6463. And I should have mentioned this capsule car was a 6413. And it uses the same caboose as the Minnesota and St. Louis, Minneapolis, and St. Louis Frisco train. You might remember the two bright red with a white stripe down the side, also made in the early 60s, Alcos. And I believe they pulled freight, but I do have another caboose just like this. And I also have several of the boxes. Not all of them, but I have several of them. So this, at any rate, I'm really pleased that everything works. Going around again. I should have mentioned that this capsule is attached to a parachute that is stuffed inside this rocket. And when the rocket goes up, the capsule is supposed to separate and then come down with the parachute. I'm not going to fire this. It's 50 years old. And I think it's long past its what do they have on a label on a milk bottle? Past this expiration point, and I don't want to break the parachute and break the capsule and mess up the mechanism. I think it's just really cool to have this with nothing broken on it, no steps. All the rails are fine around the top of the launching mechanism. Like I said, I was able to rebuild and get this thing to work down here so that I can have this locked, and I have it. I put, with the help of a paper clip, I permanently locked it down. So I'm never going to run into these low mesas and mess it up. But I think it's a pretty cool train. And I just noticed that one of my subscribers said that they have reissued this probably some time ago. I'm not really sure, because I haven't seen it reissued, and no insult meant to people who buy the new Lionel from China, but I'm just not interested in that. So this is it, and I think it's really cool. I missed out on all this. My dad had a friend who worked at the Elks Club who was the bartender, and he passed away early from cancer. And his wife sold my father all his Lionel trains. And you'll see the one in the back here, the 6220 switcher, and the 2525. I think the 6220 was from around 49 and 50, and then 2525 because it has the special wheels and the drivers and the unpainted stack came from about 47. So this was the kind of train I was getting. They didn't even have these. And I'm a really lucky kid. I was a really lucky kid that I got these at all, that my father came upon these. And the 2525 went to my brother. He joined the Air Force and gave it to me. And that's what got me started in trains. He was, I think I was 7 or 8 years old, and he was 17. And I remember my parents having to fill out a special form so he could join the Air Force. He graduated from high school a year early, and I got my own room, and I got his trains. So I think I made out pretty good on that deal. So anyway, enough of my babbling, but I do like to discuss memories, and you too probably have some memories of your old trains, and these were my memories. But I never had one this cool. This is really something. And I promised Guss Hadley I would make this film. So here's your film, Guss. You get to see this train. So once again, this has been a Big Lizard production. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.